You feel it, don't you? That quiet, soul-crushing feeling of being invisible. You are the good friend, the reliable employee, the supportive partner. You are always there for everyone else. But when you look in the mirror, you see a ghost. A polite and accommodating and utterly exhausted ghost. In the next few minutes, you will gain the power of a warrior. You will learn how to stop being a doormat and start being a fortress. You will learn how to command respect, not by being louder, but by being more whole. And you'll soon know the difference between being liked for your compliance and being respected for your very existence. Part 1. The disease of invisibility. Why do you tolerate it? Why do you stay in friendships that diminish you, in relationships that drain you, in environments where you have to hide who you are to be accepted? Why do you allow yourself to be interrupted, ignored, and taken for granted without so much as a whisper of protest? The answer is not that you are weak, or that you are a victim, or that you are just too nice. The answer is much deeper and much more profound. The answer is in your shadow. Carl Jung defined the shadow as everything you have repressed within yourself. The emotions, the impulses, the traits, the desires that you learned were wrong, or ugly, or unacceptable. The child who was reprimanded for saying no learned to be submissive. The one who was punished for expressing anger learned to smile while swallowing their tears. The one who was ignored when they needed attention learned to become invisible so as not to disturb. And so you grew up. You built a pleasant and polite and accommodating persona while burying all of your strength, your healthy aggression, and your righteous indignation in the dark and silent and fertile ground of your unconscious. But what is buried does not disappear. It gains strength. It festers. It becomes a silent and powerful and often malevolent force in your life. Your shadow is the one who sabotages you when you need to assert yourself. It is the one who whispers, "Better not," every time you try to take a stand. It is the one who paralyzes you when every cell in your body is screaming, "Enough." Think about it. How many times have you wanted to speak but stayed silent? How many times have you swallowed your pride to maintain a peace that was never yours to begin with? How many times have you let someone cross your boundaries and then felt used and dirty and small? You tolerate the intolerable because you are not aware of what you have lost within yourself. You are afraid to access the parts of you that you have learned to hate, your firmness, your anger, your desire to protect yourself. You still believe that to be loved, you need to be passive, that to maintain relationships, you need to erase yourself. But that is a lie. It is an old and outdated and soul-crushing piece of software running in the background of your mind. And as long as you do not face this, you will continue to live the same story in different scenarios. New friends, same feeling of contempt. New job, same sensation of being exploited. New relationship, same wound of invisibility. This is not your fate. This is your conditioning, and it can be changed. Part 2. The power of the integrated shadow. So, how do you change it? How do you break this cycle of self-betrayal and start to command the respect that you deserve? The answer is not in learning new communication techniques, or in becoming more assertive, or in faking it until you make it. The answer is in an act of profound and terrifying and ultimately liberating courage: the integration of your shadow. Integrating the shadow means rescuing what you have learned to repress. It means going down into the basement of your own soul and finding the parts of you that you have locked away. It means embracing your anger, your aggression, your selfishness, your pride. Not to become a cruel or indifferent or narcissistic person, but to become a whole person. A person who has access to the full spectrum of their own human nature. Because here is the secret that no one ever told you. Your strength is hidden in your darkness. Your power is hidden in your pain. Your voice is hidden in your silence. The parts of you that you are most afraid of are the very parts that hold the key to your freedom. Your anger, when integrated, becomes your passion, your boundaries, your ability to say no with a clear and calm and unshakable voice. Your aggression, when integrated, becomes your drive, your ambition, your ability to go after what you want in life without apology. Your selfishness, when integrated, becomes your self-care, your self-respect, your ability to put your own needs first, without guilt. Jung said that what you do not accept in yourself controls you. Your repressed anger turns into passivity. Your buried firmness turns into fear. Your ignored voice turns into anxiety. You become a prisoner of your own denial. Therefore, the only way out is through. You must have the courage to turn and face the parts of you that you have been running from your entire life. You must have the courage to sit with them, to listen to them, to understand them, to integrate them into your conscious personality. This is not a comfortable process. It will require you to feel the emotions you have been avoiding. It will require you to challenge the beliefs you have held for a lifetime. It will require you to mourn the person you thought you were in order to become the person you were always meant to be. But it is the only path to true and lasting and unshakable self-respect. Because when you are no longer afraid of your own darkness, you are no longer afraid of anyone else's. When you are no longer at war with yourself, you are no longer at war with the world. And when you are whole, you are, by your very nature, powerful. Part 3. The Alchemist's Toolkit. 5 steps to reclaiming your power. Respect is not something you demand from others. It is something you build internally, day by day, with concrete and conscious and intentional actions. If you want to stop being treated as disposable, you need to start acting like someone who has value. And this doesn't happen by magic. It happens with practice. Here are 5 practical tools you can start applying today to reclaim the respect you have lost for yourself and from others. 1. Use discomfort as a compass. Every time something bothers you, stop. Don't rationalize it. Don't make excuses for the other person's behavior. Ask yourself, if I deeply respected myself, what would I do right now? The answer will be your guide. Your discomfort is not a sign of weakness. It is a signal from your soul that a boundary has been crossed. Listen to it. 2. Practice the art of the sacred no. Your yes means nothing if you are not capable of saying no. Start small. Say no to a request you don't have time for. Say no to an invitation you don't want to accept. Say no to a conversation that is draining you. Every time you say no to something that is not aligned with your truth, you are saying yes to yourself. And that is the foundation of self-respect. 3. Embrace strategic silence. Not all battles need to be fought. Not all provocations need a response. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is to say nothing at all. When someone is trying to bait you, to diminish you, to pull you into their drama, your silence is not weakness. It is a fortress. It communicates that you are not available for their games, that you are not on their level, that you are in control of your own inner state. Silence is a form of power. 4. Create consequences. People learn how to treat you based on what you tolerate. If there are no consequences for disrespect, the disrespect will continue. This is not about revenge or punishment or drama. It is about cause and effect. If someone consistently disrespects your time, you stop giving them your time. If someone consistently disrespects your boundaries, you create distance. You are not punishing them. You are teaching them. You are teaching them that your respect is not free. 5. Invest in your own sovereignty. Your power does not come from your relationships, your job, your status, or your possessions. It comes from your own inner resources. It comes from your skills, your knowledge, your physical health, your financial independence, your spiritual practice. The more you invest in your own sovereignty, the less you will need from others and the less you will tolerate from them. You will become a source of your own validation, your own security, your own happiness, and that is the ultimate form of power. Part 4. The birth of the sovereign self. This journey of reclaiming your respect is not about becoming a different person. It is about becoming the person you already are, underneath all the layers of conditioning and fear and self-betrayal. It is about coming home to yourself. And when you do, something miraculous happens. You stop needing the respect of others and therefore you start to receive it. Because respect is not something you can chase or demand or manipulate. It is a byproduct. It is a byproduct of self-respect. It is a byproduct of wholeness. It is a byproduct of power. When you are a person who knows their own value, who honors their own boundaries, who speaks their own truth, who lives in alignment with their own deep soul, you radiate an energy that is undeniable. People feel it. They may not be able to name it, but they feel it and they respond to it. This is the birth of the sovereign self, the self that is not a victim of circumstances, but a creator of its own reality, the self that is not a reflection of the external world, but an expression of its own inner truth, the self that is not at war with its own darkness, but that has integrated it and transformed it into a source of profound and beautiful and life-affirming power. This is not an easy path. It will require you to be brave. It will require you to be honest. It will require you to be willing to stand alone, if necessary, in the service of your own magnificent truth. But it is the only path that will ever lead you to the life you were always meant to live. A life of dignity, of integrity, of freedom. A life where you are not just liked, but where you are, finally, and completely and unshakably respected. And that, my friend, is a life worth fighting for. So, the question is not whether you deserve respect. The question is, are you willing to do the work to command it? Are you willing to face your shadow? Are you willing to say no? Are you willing to create consequences? Are you willing to invest in your own sovereignty? Because if you are, then everything changes. Your life becomes your own, and you become finally and completely the master of your own beautiful and powerful soul. Let me be clear. This is not about becoming cold or cruel or indifferent. This is not about building walls around your heart or shutting people out or becoming a tyrant. This is about becoming whole. This is about reclaiming the parts of you that you have lost and using them not as weapons against others, but as tools for your own liberation. This is about becoming a person who is capable of both love and boundaries, both compassion and firmness, both softness and strength, because that is what a whole human being looks like. And here is the paradox. The moment you stop needing people to respect you, they start to. The moment you stop performing for their approval, you become magnetic The moment you stop betraying yourself to maintain a relationship, the relationship either transforms or it ends. And if it ends, it was never yours to begin with. You were just holding onto a ghost, a projection, a fantasy of what you wanted it to be. And letting go of that is not a loss, it is a liberation. There is a story that Jung tells about a man who came to him complaining that he was always being taken advantage of. His friends borrowed money and never paid him back. His colleagues took credit for his work. His family expected him to solve all their problems, and Jung listened, and then he asked the man a simple and devastating question. And what do you get out of it? The man was shocked. What do I get out of it? I get nothing. That's the problem. But Jung persisted. No, you must be getting something, or you wouldn't keep doing it. So, what is it? Is it the feeling of being needed? Is it the illusion of being indispensable? Is it the avoidance of conflict? Is it the comfort of being the victim? And the man sat in silence because he knew. He knew that his suffering was not just something that was happening to him. It was something he was choosing on some level, because it was familiar, because it was safe, because it allowed him to avoid the terrifying and exhilarating responsibility of being powerful. This is the hard truth. You are not just a victim of other people's disrespect. You are, on some level, complicit in it. You are allowing it. You are perhaps unconsciously inviting it. And the only way to stop it is to take full and complete and radical responsibility for your own experience. Not to blame yourself, but to empower yourself. To recognize that if you have the power to allow disrespect, you also have the power to stop it. And that power has been inside of you all along. So, what does this look like in practice? It looks like waking up every morning and asking yourself, what would a person who deeply respects themselves do today? And then doing that. It looks like noticing when you're about to say yes out of fear or guilt or obligation, and pausing and asking yourself, is this a yes that honors me? And if it's not, saying no. It looks like paying attention to the people in your life and asking yourself, does this relationship nourish me, or does it drain me? Does this person see me, or do they just use me? And then making decisions based on those answers. It looks like setting boundaries, even when it's uncomfortable, even when people get upset, even when you risk losing the relationship. Because a relationship that cannot survive your boundaries is not a relationship worth having. And it looks like doing the deep and often painful work of shadow integration. It looks like sitting with your anger and asking it, what are you trying to protect? It looks like sitting with your fear and asking it, what are you trying to avoid? It looks like sitting with your shame and asking it, what are you trying to hide? And then, with great compassion and great courage, bringing those parts of yourself into the light, not to judge them, but to understand them, not to destroy them, but to integrate them, not to make them go away, but to make them a part of your whole and beautiful and powerful self. This is the work of a lifetime. It is not a quick fix. It is not a 5-step program. It is a journey of becoming, a journey of reclaiming, a journey of coming home to yourself. And every step you take on this journey, every no you say, every boundary you set, every moment of discomfort you sit with, is a step toward the life you were always meant to live. A life of dignity, a life of integrity, a life of power, a life where you are not just tolerated, but where you are finally and completely and unshakably respected. And the most beautiful part When you do this work, when you become this person, you give others permission to do the same. You become a living example of what is possible. You become a light in the darkness. You become proof that another way of living is available. And that, my friend, is the greatest gift you can give to the world. There is one final thing I want you to understand. This journey is not about perfection. It is not about never making mistakes or never feeling weak or never doubting yourself. It is about progress. It is about showing up every single day and doing the work, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, even when you fail. Because you will fail. You will have moments when you say yes when you should have said no. You will have moments when you stay silent when you should have spoken. You will have moments when you betray yourself again. And that is okay. That is part of the process. The key is not to be perfect. The key is to be aware. To notice when you are slipping back into old patterns and to gently and compassionately bring yourself back to center. And remember, you are not doing this alone. You are part of a lineage of people who have walked this path before you. People who have faced their shadows, who have integrated their darkness, who have reclaimed their power. Carl Jung was one of them, and he left us a map that shows us the way through the darkness and into the light. A map that shows us that the journey to wholeness is not a journey away from ourselves, but a journey into ourselves. A journey into the depths of our own souls, where we find not monsters, but treasures. Not enemies, but allies. Not weakness, but power. So, take the first step. Start today. Start right now. Notice where you are tolerating the intolerable. Notice where you are betraying yourself. Notice where you are giving your power away. And then, with great courage and great compassion, take it back. Say no. Set a boundary. Create a consequence. Invest in your sovereignty. Face your shadow. And watch as your life transforms from the inside out. This is not just about commanding respect. This is about becoming the person you were always meant to be. This is about living a life of dignity, of integrity, of power. This is about becoming whole. And that, my friend, is the greatest adventure of all.